Okay, guys, I'm back for another one. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your time and energy that you show up in this world. I really appreciate that. This is a trying time in the world right now. Uh, God's throwing a lot of representations at us, uh, kind of like a warning of sorts, right? It's sad. It's like I was watching a video about Dubai, right? And how waters came in and washed away so much, right? So if you think about what Dubai and what they represent, like gold and uh, exchanges, different cryptocurrencies, the way people are, we know a lot of the money scams come from over there as well, and we know it. We know it. I'm not saying anything that the world doesn't know. There's a lot of things that people do for money, right? A lot of people. It's kind of like when God wants to show us when we lost our way, right? When we've taken too much. Like to say about the sea, when there's a fisherman goes overboard and dies on a fishing boat, it's sad, it's sad. But it's saying the sea wants something back, for all that we take. You can only take and you can only do so much till uh, Mother Nature, i.e. God, tries to send us a warning sign, like, hey, look, you've taken. Okay, now you're going to repair from this. Are you going to change? Is anything going to change? Or are you going to take this as, we're all in and we'll just keep going? Or are you going to say, you know what, we've really been doing some stuff. This is a warning sign. Maybe we should change. But see, it'll take the whole culture, the lifestyle to change. To take, and have too much. It's sad that it takes something like this for either a wake-up call. They could take it and be like, yeah, we've really been doing something. We need to change this. We need to change this now. You don't want to get wiped off the map. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad. It's a warning. It's a warning. Say, hey, look, you've taken so much. Now we need to come in here and show you. It's sad. It's sad that we live in a world that we feel like we don't have enough. We'll never have enough. We have to more. We have to have more. And when Jesus left this earth, he wanted us to have for nothing. He himself traveled. Sure, he could have stayed at home with mom or, stuff like that, but he had a calling. He went out. He lived rough to preach his teachings, right? Same with his apostles, They lived rough, but they had everything they needed, right? So this is a warning to say, hey, look, change. You've taken so much. Now we need to scale this back. You know what I mean? Are you going to use that money to repair and rebuild, right? All that money you've taken, now you're going to have to use it to rebuild and repair. You get what I'm saying? And it's sad how many other people who don't have anything have to suffer because people took everything. You know what I'm saying? We at times don't think about our fellow man, right? Until it hurts us personally. Like, we're homeless. People used to laugh at homeless people's, oh, I'll never be there. And then, they're homeless. Like, how did I get here? It's sad. Or, are we going to learn from this and use that money that's been taken from people all around the world? And Dubai has the most gold in the entire world. Are you going to use that money and donate it to help rebuild? Or are you just going to hold on to it and leave the country and move somewhere else? You know what I mean? Are you going to use that money, those resources to help build your community? Or are you just going to jump ship and move to another country? You know what I'm saying? Oh, we can just leave this. We'll just move somewhere else and leave everybody fending for themselves. So maybe this is a call to the rich, the ones who have been scamming, have millions of other people's money in their bank accounts, or all this gold reserve, all that. Are you going to sell some of that off so you can help your community? Maybe this is a call to change your way. Maybe like you know how they used to like offerings to the gods and stuff, right? This it wouldn't be an offering to the gods. This would be an offering to mankind that God wants for us to do, to help each other, be there for one another. That would be the ultimate, to sacrifice that to help your fellow man. Wouldn't that be something to say, hey God, you know what, I hear you. I see what's happened. You know, I'm smarter than this. I'm not gonna think it's gonna go away. I'm gonna do my due diligence as a human being, as a child of the Almighty, and sacrifice the money I have to help my community rebuild and become stronger. It's a call to action for all the wealthy ones living in Dubai, living in India, all the wealthy ones. Instead of stockpiling your money, come off of it and help your fellow man. You know, your whole entire city's been destroyed, dude. Do you want to sit back and watch them pull together pennies to try to build their houses back up? Or are you going to come off your $1 billion, half of it, hey, I'm donating half of this to help rebuild my city that I've taken so much from? It's a call to action. It's not a natural disaster, it's a call to action. And it's sad that people die, people's houses washing away. This is a call to action for those wealthy, dude. You know what I mean? Are you going to move and act like nothing, nothing went on? Or are you going to say, hey, I have all this money. I'm going to help my community rebuild because I want to do it. God's letting me know right now we're doing something wrong. What can I do right? It's a call to action. You can't depend on the world to come to your aid when you guys are sitting on all this money. But we'll do it. We'll do it because it's the right thing. You know, we're human beings. We're loving people at heart. I believe that humanity has a chance to love. But it's ultimately the people who are sitting on millions and millions of dollars in that country to come off of some of that, to help rebuild something that you've taken so much from and have depended on. A leader, someone who's worthy of having that money, just doesn't sit back and say, oh, they'll take care of it. I'll just sit over here on my mountain of money. A real leader, someone who's worthy of having all that money in their bank account, a real leader will get off of it and give half of it to help rebuild a country that you've taken so much from and depend on. You know what I mean? Nobody was looking at that coming. Nobody was like, man, I want a flood today. I want this to happen. I have $5 in my bank account. I would just love for a flood to happen right now. And, I'll be eating rice all day, while I'm sleeping on a wet mattress, floating down the river here. Help your community. Help your people. You have all this money you're doing nothing with. When we leave this world, we don't have money with us. We're not able to bring that with us. We're not able to. So why not, while you're on the face of this planet, help your fellow man with the money you got? You can keep half and donate the other half to rebuild your community. I know a lot of people who are proud they're from India. They're proud from the country they're from, right? Right? So if you're proud of your country and you want to help rebuild your city, step up to the plate, guys. It's horrible to see people's lives just being washed away. They had nothing. They had no money. This is a call to action. Sometimes it takes natural disasters to call to action people to do something. It's like knocking and pounding on your door, boom, 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 boom. You got a flood out here. What are you going to do? Find the goodness in your heart. Find the goodness in your heart to help the people that you know are hurting. You know what I mean? God's tired of seeing people have all this money and stand idly by and take. God's done with that. He's been done with it. How many more natural disasters do we need? And who's to say, if you would, what if all these people would have stopped taking money, doing these robocalls and taking people for money, instead of, squirreling away millions and millions of dollars, right? Counterfeiting money, all this stuff, and watching your people just wilt away. Who's to say if you wouldn't have just donated half of that to help rebuild the communities, beautify them, right? Who's to say it might not happen? Can you say that? What if you would have prevented, instead of take, would have given? Would it have happened? We don't know because it happened, right? But let's not in the future, right? How about this? Let's start planning for the future. Let's go ahead and start building those communities. It's up to you. You know, those who are in Dubai, in India, who have money, they know. They know that's a call to action. They're lying to themselves if they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because that affects everybody all across the board. But how many other people should pay for people who do fraudulent, all to gain money, to leave everybody feeling like they need. You know what I mean? You know, sure, a few bad apples can spoil the whole barrel, but let's get off of that mindset. You know what I mean? It's about giving back to your community. If you're grateful for where you're at and where you've been, it's give back. You know what I mean? Heck, when I was homeless, I gave when I was homeless. I still gave when I was homeless. Because it's the right thing to do. Right? So, I don't know. I was sad when I watched that video, man. That's super sad, dude. Because when you think about it, I'm sorry, just think about, just blank your mind and then think about, what do you think about India? Overpopulation, gold, robocallers, taking money, scams, you know what I mean? Just overpopulation, I mean, all across the board, right? And then the super rich, you think about super rich, high-rise buildings, stuff like that, right? There's not much that you can say that that's other than that. It's sad. It's sad to do a pros and cons list and the cons outweigh the pros. You know, that's just like kind of like a dam that fills up and then breaks because everybody was greedy. They wouldn't give back. It was like chance after chance after chance to change, chance after chance after chance. And then there's like billion people in India, dude. 1 billion people in India. You need to give back. You need to give back. That's just sad, man. How many people, and you're sitting there on money. Money, I'm talking about money. Y'all are sitting on. But don't let greed, don't let ego, pride, narcissism, whatever you want to call it, don't let that. Your people are in need, dude. Your people are in need of help. You can't, depend on the world to come bail it out. We will, because we're human beings and we have love in our heart, but you can't just look at, the world will come now and bail us out. It's time for everybody to start bailing each other out, dude. I know how, man, I probably look up Google and look up how many millionaires in Dubai or in India. Bet you at least be 100 to 200. 100 to 200. You could give away half, 100, right? Times 500,000. That's a lot of money to rebuild Dubai. Come together. Don't depend on the whole world to come to the aid. Oh, they'll fix it. Yeah, we will. But you shouldn't have to. You know, I've known a couple people from India in my lifetime, and they're good people. They have good hearts, and they care about family. They care about where they're from, right? They're proud of where they're from. I want to see that happen, man. I want to see you guys really like, hey, you know what? We got this, bro. We got this. Yeah, we're gonna come together as a community and rebuild instead of having your pocketbook stack up. You know what I mean? Like say somebody in India owns a construction company, right? Instead of getting aid from the World Council, right? Why not get all the millionaires together and start investing in that company, right? And start buying the required from around the world. Start buying from around the world instead of the world coming to you and giving you the money. You get what I'm saying? That's where it starts, like, God to be like, hey, you know what? They really want to change. They really want something different. Not everybody should pay for the greediness of others. I'm not saying God purposely did this, but look at the warning sign. Look at how much, there can only be so much greed, right? Until it has to be balanced out. And how does that balance out? By taking out the ability to make that money, right? If your money comes from the community, making money from the community's no more, right? It's flooded out. I'm just trying to put it across to you here, dude. Trying to open some eyes up to the realization of the ramifications of greed. Greed's one of the 7 deadly sins, right? So it's got to be pretty major. This video goes out with love and hopes that, look, we, not just that, but communities in India need to come together and help each other out, rebuild, get off that money, right? Do you know how strong your finances could be if you invested $500,000, right? And the returns on that would be tenfold in the future because you invested in the community and rebuilt it and became stronger, and your name became more prominent. It's investing for the future, right? So if you sacrifice $500,000 to rebuild a community, right, and that becomes stronger, and your investments grow, you'll make 10 million off that 500,000. But it takes you coming off of that $500,000 and investing it to rebuild the community stronger. It might not come at you all at once, but you'll make that money in the long run. You get what I'm saying? And I hope this really gets to people that need to, because something needs to change. And everybody knows that. Those in India, they know it needs to change. Maybe this is kind of like, hey, look, it's getting to be serious. You know, I would love to help everybody in this world. I would love, if I had $500,000 to donate, dude, I'd fly over there and I'd find a construction company and I'd donate it to them and say, hey, you need to do this, this, and this, and this. Let's make this stronger, da-da-da-da-da. I would do that. That's the kind of person I am. So best thing I can do is put this energy out there and let others know that you should help your community, because I'm willing to do it wholeheartedly if I had the money, and I'm not joking. I'm not in India, and I don't have the $500,000, but there's people in India right now that have the $500,000 that could do it. Are you willing to do that? I'm putting you to a challenge. Are you willing to help build your community? Are you willing to help make it stronger? Are you willing to get off your money that you know you can make in the back end by rebuilding your community and giving love and showing God, hey, I'm sorry for what I've done. How can I make this right? Be an example. Be the example. Be that flicker to a flame for the rest of your community, for the rest of the millionaires that lie over in Dubai that have all the money, but they want to sit back and just put sandbags around their building and be like, oh, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Oh, Mary down the road who changed my diapers, she's flooded out. She ain't got no money. She ain't got no food. She'll be okay, though. I'm good over here. Hey, as long as I don't see it, right? Anyways, guys, God bless everybody in this world, and God bless Dubai. You know, bless those people with food, shelter, warmth, family. And if anybody's sick, without shelter, without food, may they find that, and may God show himself there in any way, shape, or form it can. And that may those blind eyes be opened to the necessities of their families, their neighbors, their community, and that $500,000 sacrificed would be tenfold in the future. In Jesus Christ of Nazareth's mighty name, amen.